tabletop review of JDM exclusive Casio models, some of my all-time favorites, ranking into the top 5 of all Casio models for me personally. Yeah, seriously, and in that lineup will be the Golf Master, the Gravity Master, and these ones. The Atomic Solar, we'll talk about that again. JDM again, PRW6100 series. Man, are they cool. Very, very cool. Not the Godfather, but I make a lot of people happy with my reviews. I addict them to knives, and now I'm hearing from you guys I'm addicting a lot to watches. Something that has been requested of me for 8 years. Do watch reviews. Do watch reviews. Here they are. I honestly don't know how many I will do. How long the watch show will be a sub-part of TMP. I don't know. Depends on how many people watch it. Pun intended. And after that, if it sinks, there's not a lot of votes, it'll just go bye-bye. With that in mind, I'm fast-tracking some of my favorite watches because I initially wasn't doing that. It was just kind of, medium-level watches, cool watches, high value. More of those are coming, by the way, because a lot of people don't want to spend even over $100 on a watch in TMP. But I'm also going to submit this to you. Ultra, ultra cool. Now, if you don't know the brand Casio, you may look at these and go, well, yeah, I think I saw a watch just like that in Walmart. Well, I could say the same thing about Breitling. I saw one that looked just like a Breitling in Walmart. It was $45. We could say that about any watch. You would be mistaken if you think you could go to Walmart and buy these watches. In fact, I think you will be hard-pressed to find them in any store in the United States, save a big importer or someone who knows about these watches. They are rare, not marketed in the United States. JDM stands for Japanese Domestic Market. And these are ProTrek Dually, that is analog and digital display, triple sensor outdoor watches, not sold in the US normally. That's one reason why they are going to be more expensive here, because you are going to get this watch shipped to you, most likely if you order online, direct from Japan to your door. That is correct. That's where these came from, direct from Japan. And man, do I like them. Just look at the presentation. Let's consider it for a minute. First, huge legibility. I mean, it's just so easy to get the standard time off these. Big white hands. This one is in orange anodized. This is in aquamarine blue. So they have a sunken aluminum bezel. And this is aluminum too, just like the Golf Master with all the world time zones. I have a little tick of paint on mine. This one's borrowed for the mountain time zone. So I'll show you maybe how to set that. But they just look awesome. This one has a negative display LCD. This one is a positive. I think I'll go to Casio's Japanese website and I'll put in screen footage of perhaps some other ProTrek 6100 series. They do come in a couple of other colorations that are equally beautiful. There will be some hand variations and maybe some slight module variations as well. I'll annotate the module that this is because I don't remember it right off, and I might be able to see it. Oh, there it is. 5470 is a module, in case you're wondering. And again, I'm not going to go over all the features just for time. You can just type in Casio 5470 PDF, and lo and behold, you have the whole manual to these watches come up. Yes, even a Japanese domestic market watch, and you can learn all about it. First things I love about the watch I'm showing you is their look, their presentation. They do it for me. I mean, they are awesome. And they're not huge and big and clunky like a Mudmaster. They're more trim. They sit lower on the hand. They are lighter in weight. I just love the looks. First cool is off the charts too. It has all the functions that I care about. These are solar panels right here. So these are solar powered watches, number one. Number two is they self-sync, which is excellent. So if they're in range with the atomic clock, Fort Collins, if you're in the US, check it out. Hey, my smartwatch does it. I get you. So does mine. I'm wearing an Apple Series 2 right here, brah. I get it. I love Apple Series 2. They're cool, man. But they do have some downsides. I think I will discuss those sometimes. They're not as cool as this, though. I mean, if you're going after second cool enjoyability, does an Apple Watch do it for you? I mean, I'm changing band colors, trying to do something to spruce it up. Maybe it does. These are a lot cooler, though. Cool factor is off the scales. I'll just say 5 stars easily because of the exclusivity for sure, just like this Godfather in the background, and also their functionality. Gear transparency, how do they adapt? Readily. You'll be wearing it, and next thing you know, you'll be depending on the features. Most of the features, some I don't dig out very often, on the PRW6100. Like I said, 2 colors for you. I think it did pretty good showing you these ones. There are some other colorations. I don't think this is a watch you'd want to customize. They kind of come as they are, and they are special. The Casio community knows all about these watches. I'm sure you could go into a Casio forum, they're talking about it. They're limited too. I mean, they're going to go by the wayside. If and when you find this video a year from now, you may not be able to obtain these watches for any price you'd be willing to obtain or pay. And what will they be then when they're discontinued? I wouldn't be surprised to see $2,000 on one of these. Happens all the time with very inexpensive Casio models, especially if they're JDM. Let's discuss super quick size, lug design, weight, comfort, sweat factor, and strap retention. I didn't weigh them. I'll just weigh them here super quick. I know they're lightweight, much lighter than a full-on Mudmaster. I would say probably 3.4, 3.2. Oh, dude, I was way off. 2.6? That's even better. So you're getting an outdoors watch, dually, so analog presentations. You have the cool factor of that for 2.6 ounces. And again, it's not super thick. And I call that bang factor. Are you going to be banging into it all the time? I've worn these, and I would say, no, not so much. Sweat factor will be there because it is a big-faced watch. Not huge, but relatively large. Let me show you against the Apple Series 2s, just so you can see. Close. Now, there is this tab with a band, which incidentally is carbon fiber reinforced. Check that out. You don't see that on a baseline Casio very often, do you? So the downside might be to get a replacement band, you might have to seek out this particular one. I didn't really go out and try to take the band off and put something on it because they're so cool as is. Why would I want to put a different band on this? This is a special Casio. This is not a run-of-the-mill worker watch, to me. And you can see you could probably get something thin in there, but it would look kind of ridiculous because it's notched. You probably want to just go with a Casio OEM band if and when this one breaks. Single stainless steel clasp, carbon fiber keeper, as you can see. There's the back. Again, module 5470. No wings, stabilizing wings per se on it. I mean, you got some short ones, but not the big ones we saw in the water watches. So just some minor ones. Man, that's cool looking. Let's get into the features super quick. And I'm not going to go over everything. Again, go into the manual if you want to know more about it. You can see right now one of the triple sensor functions. I have this set to Barrow, but you have a shortcut with a lower left one and it'll jump to home time. Notice it said M. That means the solar charge is at medium level. That's the only time you'll see that is when you go and press that button back to HT, which is home time. This has a smart crown on it, screw in with some pretty stiff O-ring seals. See the red seal there? So it's tight. And the way we'll set it is just pull it out and we'll set our city. Notice it will, the second hand will point to the city that we're setting it on. Have this one to Denver, and it's easy to just rotate it around. It might be hard to see without glasses if you're getting on in years. So that is probably a downside to these style of watches. The Golfmaster is the same way, where we're setting the home time not digitally, but through an analog second-hand pointer. Just something to consider. Has an automatic daylight savings time function, which is super cool. There's your key setting. That is automatic light. So I have that set to off. You can do an auto light, so when you rotate your wrist, it will come on. Less of a factor with these solar watches since they'll take a charge and the batteries will last a good long time. I have the light duration, at least manual application set to 3 seconds. 12-hour format, power save on. So you'll see the LCD screen blank when it's being stored. Notice the hand stored right there at the 2 o'clock position, which, by the way, you can actuate that with a certain button press anytime the hands are in the way of the screen if you want to, just like the Golfmaster. And we're back to city. Cool. Now when we screw this back in, You can change this time display to something else. That's pretty standard with this type of high-end module that Casio does. So it's Thursday, March 2nd. Then we see a barometric pressure graph, and you see the pressure is falling, meaning that it's probably going to start to rain. And I find that's pretty accurate, by the way. So if the watch has been in the same city, I should say, and it has been registering pressure differences, you'll see that, hey, that's right. And then we can cycle to time again. So the 3 variations there. Now we go to mode, super quick. There's your barometer, and this is all settable with your smart crown. So you can set the units from hectopascals to inches of mercury is where I have it set now. I have found, like I've said in some other reviews, that this can be a little bit off. So if you go flying on an aircraft, you go to a different location, it could be way off. But if you stay in the same location, it's pretty good. The way I set it is I'll call my local airport ATIS or weather recording, and they'll give you an altimeter setting that the pilots are using at that airport, and I just set it there. Works great. Next up will be temperature. Fahrenheit, Celsius, of course. The temperature function can be a little bit off if it's off your hand. We've talked about that before. It's not something I use too often. I have a smartphone for that. Recall, that's for record storage, for altimeter functions. Like if you've been climbing or something, go into the manual, see that. I never use that feature ever. Stopwatch, timer. This is all set with the smart crown, so you pull that out and set your minutes. And it has a high speed function too, so it has a high speed slew function on any of the settings. Here's your alarms. It's bi-directional, so you can use this one. So I have the time signal off. 5 alarms? Holy crap, I don't need that many. And I think you turn the alarm on with this one. Yep, the upper left. And then we go into world time. And this will also be set, I think this is set to UTC right now. See how the second-hand slew says, yeah, UTC. And if I want to go back to home time, I'll show you that in a second. I want to show you this. It received atomic time hack at 12:08 a.m. this morning from Fort Collins. Love that. Atomic and solar are my big things. You can see the solar panel right here. This thing is your solar panel. And then we go back to home. But once again, it has a flow through. So let's say I'm on temperature, so I just press and hold the lower left. It'll bounce right back to home time. Super quick. Oh my gosh, this watch is so freaking cool. And I love the legibility of that LCD display. I think I can sound the alarm with this one. Yeah, you just heard one beat. Go back to home time. The legibility of this LCD screen is amazing. Even the negative one is not bad. Don't you think? In daylight, it's even better. Oh my gosh. By the way, when you're slewing time, I think I did say it has a dual speed. It has a high speed slew, so even though you're setting it with a crown, it's not as bad as it sounds because it'll go super quick, and if you want to reverse it when you get to the time or the setting in LCD, you can totally do that. So the feature set is phenomenal. Triple sensor, you have ABC functions, but the ones you're going to use most, or I use most, are the basics. Stopwatch, timer, the alarm function, and I use world time a lot. You could be a little bit different. Legibility is amazing. Look again at the 3-dimensional face of the PRW6100. Check that out, dudes. It's just so cool. Even the Pro Trek is in raised relief. So is the Casio name, if you can see that. So those aren't just painted onto the face. They are raised relief. And each one is color themed. And then I forgot to mention you have your indicator, your function indicator. As it, you swap between functions, it just will point. Just like we saw in the Gravity Master, the little airplane nose is pointing. So that's another cool way of telling where you are. Press and hold, back to home time. But I mean, blue second hand, blue subdial, blue highlights. And again, this is an aluminum ring. This isn't plastic. The face is somewhat exposed, so it's not really a G-Shock where it has big plastic lugs on the bezel to protect it. If I were you, I'd put some type of crystal protector on it. This isn't sapphire, it's mineral. So you can beat it up. I do that on all the watches that are going to see heavy use. Just a beautiful display though. I mean, it just can be perfect. Let's see if we can hear the second hand ticking. Nope, can't hear it. I did talk about the recall feature, by the way. So it tells you when it hacked. There's a way to force that. You can get in the manual, and actually you can retrieve a hack. So you just put it next to a window. If you just first get the watch and you just don't want to fool around setting it, it'll do it automatically. with automatic daylight savings time setting. Oh my gosh, that's cool. Remember, this has altimeter recall features on it. I don't use those, and I don't really discuss it because it makes a video go way too long. No snooze on it. I'm talking about alarm set, and I don't really care. Some guys may care a lot about it. There's a way to manually align the hands if you have an extreme shock. Never seen that yet, but again, manual is where you go. Durability, I would say it would be amazing. The accuracy on these has been pretty good. Since they're auto setting, I would say 0 seconds lost per month. How's that? As good as this, the Apple iWatch. Because this is syncing with your smartphone, right? This one's syncing to an atomic clock. Water resistant to about 100 meters. I wouldn't for a second be scared of diving with this watch to like 50 feet. I do it all day long, even scuba. You know, if I go down much further than that, I'm not going to take this watch with me anyhow. I'm going to have a dive computer, a real dive computer on my wrist. Value. You're going to get these, and I hate to throw a price out there because watches are commodities and they're always changing. The quicker you buy it, the cheaper it will be. If you wait again when it's discontinued, good luck. That's all I can say, dude. Good luck. I'm going to show you one competitive option. I think this was a JDM exclusive as well. It is the PRG650B, and it's just as cool. Look at this. You ain't going to find this in Walmart either. This is a very hard watch to find. I mean, I think they still have a couple in Amazon. I'll put the links to all these if they have them in Amazon. You might find it in eBay. JDM exclusive. It had a camouflage band on it. This is not a model offered in the United States. And what I love about it is it also has the same dually functions. It has a super legible LCD screen, super legible hands. The alignment is excellent for me. It's just a cool watch. I think this has flow through time as well. It does. The thing about the PRG650 is that to cycle this display, you'll hit adjust right here. And then it just does that right screen here. See that? So there's pressure drop, day. Look at how cool that watch is though. If you're a Casio fan, I think you may know about these watches. If you have people you work with that love Casios, you will blow their mind if you show up with these. A dude will have to know the Casio product because someone who doesn't will go, oh, like I said, they'll go, oh yeah, I saw one like that at Walmart. No, you didn't. Not like this, and not with this Casio quality. I mean, the quality on these watches is just amazing for what you're paying. Value is in the eye of the beholder always. I do read your comments on, not all of them, but some of them on the watch reviews, and some guys are saying, yeah, you know, I just like this particular brand of watch. I'll never consider anything else. I'm so happy with it. I would hope you'd be a little bit more open-minded and try something. You may like it. Not to say that your watch is bad. It's probably awesome, but there's lots of awesome watches, especially in the Casio lineup. These PRW6100, Solar Atomic, JDM only, dudes, they do it for me personally. I think you can sense that easily in my top 5. The coloration is superb. And look at the thickness. It's not too thick. So low bang factor, high durability. All types of first and second cool. It is actually one of the best watches Casio has ever produced. And I will reflect that in my write-up and in my likability scale. Highly recommended. Done.